Hi everyone, it's Lourdes. Hope you can see me. If you can, please let me know. Been having some technical difficulties, and as all of you know, that's always the case, or it's usually the case when you have energy and electronics. So if you can see me, please let me know. I am going to refresh to see if I can see myself too. Hold on one second. Let me see if I show up. Yes, the live stream is actually showing up. So please wave, say hi, let me know where you're from, how you're doing. I'm just so happy that I can finally get online. And let's see, and I know the angle's a little awkward, so I'm going to ask to see if my husband can fix it a little. Hi Reagan, thank you. A little bit to the right. Actually, I think it's the camera. Let's see.
How's that?
Hello, Akriti, thank you. That's a little better. Could you tilt it down a little, just a tiny bit? The other way. I'm sorry.
Tilt it up.
No, go forward. That's it. For a little bit more. Okay, let's see.
I don't know if I can.
All right, if you can't, then that's okay. As you can see, today is a work in easy, and for some reason it looks a little darker to me. So I'm going to ask my husband if he can move the lighting over a little bit. Let's see. Okay, thank you. We're work in progress. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Katerina. Lovely to see you. And I mentioned my husband, and he's here today. He's working the links, also the cameras. I wanted to say happy anniversary. Today is our 33rd anniversary. And since we're at home and we're not able to go out, we're going to share it with all of you during the live stream. Hi, Al. How you doing? Let's see. I'm waiting for a few more people to show up before I start going into everything, all the crystals for prosperity and all the questions that people may ask. Oh, yes. Actually, the reason I'm even a little late was Al mentioned, hi, Justin and Lourdes. Justin isn't here. Justin is at his home. He had called up to wish us a happy anniversary, and that phone call took an hour. So we're like, okay. It's not often a chance we get to speak with him because he and his wife are both working and they have a tough schedule. So when we do get a chance, we're always very appreciative. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? And let's see. Hi, Angel Time. Love to see you. Hi, Leandro. Natalija, thank you. Katarina again. Thank you, Katarina. I appreciate it. Thank you, Natalija. And I'm sorry if I pronounced the name incorrectly. I am starting apologizing already for that. Let's see. I'm just saying. And my husband put hello, everyone. Let's see.
There, Pat S.
Ayira, hi. How you doing? Thank you, Elizabeth. Tari, hi. Pat S, hi. Dawn, lovely to see you again. Carrie Lynn, I am divinely guiding. Okay. Shavani, Rico. Thank you, everyone. And thank you very much for showing up today. First of all, I have to take a sip of water. I am so thirsty today. It's actually warmer here in Jersey than usual. And it took us by surprise. It's been so cold. We've had the heat on. We've had sweaters on. I wore a sweater and I was like, oh, I'm actually quite comfortable. So excuse me 1 minute. And one thing I did want to say was also that they opened the county park near me. I'm going to be able to go for a walk today. So after I have another live stream and I have a class after that, but in the early evening, I'm going to be able to go for a walk. I can't tell you how excited I am. Even if I can't go to stores, if I can go for a walk, I'm doing well.
And you're going to wear a mask, right?
Yes, and my husband yes, remind me. I wear masks, I wear gloves. We stay at least 6 feet apart. With my daughter, we usually stay at least 12. So we're okay. Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate it. Thanks, Dawn. Crazy Cat Lady, hi. Postcards from Heaven, hi. Okay, Sharmani. Great. Thank you all for joining. I wanted to start with a couple of things. One of the first things I wanted to say was thank you to everyone who has sent me donations and gifts. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Anything that gets sent then gets put into me getting more books or classes that can help me increase the energy or give me new insight into not only Reiki, but other things that may help you grow and develop. And that's my goal, to always keep growing, always keep learning, and sharing that knowledge with you through the Reiki videos. Okay, hi, Elisa. Hi, let's see. Now, I'm going to not look at this for a little while, talk, and then I'll go look at the chat. Because if I keep looking at the chat, I'm not going to be able to go through the lesson. Today, I wanted to talk about crystals and prosperity. And prosperity is such a big deal now because we're having challenges with prosperity.
Bang bang chitty chitty bang bang, all fine for fendered friend. Bang bang chitty chitty bang bang, all fine for fendered. Chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, fine for fendered. Chitty chitty bang.
Okay, so now back to the prosperity. Since we're having challenges with prosperity, I wanted to give you ideas of what you can do to help bring in prosperity. First of all, there is a Reiki playlist, and let me see if I can get it. And the playlist is Reiki to release blockages to prosperity. Before you start bringing prosperity in, you have to release the blockages that are keeping you from receiving the prosperity. And let me see if I can find it right here. Give me 1 minute. Need to release blockages. And I forgot to shut off the home phone too. So, like I tell you, it's going to be an interesting day. Okay, I'm just looking for now. I found the link. I'm going to post the link right now in the chat. But for those of you who can't see the chat, it's not a problem. After I do the live stream, when it gets placed on YouTube, you will have the link to it. I will put it in the description.
Somebody says they can't hear you. Can everybody hear you?
Can everybody hear me? Because someone said they couldn't hear me. If you can hear me, please let me know. You know, just say, yes, I can hear you. If you can't hear me, please also let me know. Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
You are heard.
Okay, Akriti. Other people can hear me. Please check the volume on your device, whether it's the phone or the computer or your tablet. Please check to see if the volume is up. All right. So now in the link, in the chat, I posted the link. It says Lourdes Lebron, and it's in white. I don't know if you can see it because it's not showing up for me. Richard, can you see it?
See what?
Under the chat, it says Lourdes Lebron, has my picture, and I put a link to the Reiki to release blockages. It says Lourdes Lebron. It's in between Rico and I am divinely guided. All right, even if you can't see it, I will put a link in the description or in the comment section. So let me just start putting Reiki.
I see Rico's name here. Rico Del Rosio, and
Mine is,
I'm divinely guided.
yeah, you don't see mine in
I don't
between?
see yours.
All right, so for some reason, my links aren't showing up. Oops, remove any web address and try again. Edit and try again. Oh, it's not letting me because it's a web address. So they're upset that I put a web address in there. I will definitely put it in the comment section. So first, you start with those videos. The goal of the videos is to release any blockages so you allow yourself to receive. And that is the biggest challenge that most of us face. We don't allow ourselves to receive. On a very, very subconscious level, we don't feel worthy enough. We don't feel good enough. Our self-esteem is down. Our self-confidence, well, not even self-confidence, it's our self-esteem. There could have been anything in our childhood, anything from a past life that is contributing to that. So start using those videos. Once you start using those videos, and if you can, listen to the whole playlist. But as usual, if it's too strong, just listen to one video for a few minutes every day until you build up your tolerance for the energy. When you do that, you can start working with crystals to bring in prosperity. Now, there are many crystals that can help with prosperity. One that many people use is green aventurine. And I know you won't be able to see it as well, But green aventurine, let me see if I can show it there. Green aventurine is known for growth. It helps increase the energy of whatever your intention is. So if I were using green aventurine, I have a necklace here that I could wear. But before wearing the necklace or before using the stones, and let me see if I have green aventurine here somewhere. I have green aventurine in a stone. I would take either the stone or the crystals, and after clearing it, put it in moonlight, running this under cool water, holding it under or over sage, over Palo Santo, having a bowl of salt and then putting the crystal on it. Those are all different ways you can use to clean it. I would then fill it my intention. So if my intention is, I ask this green aventurine to please assist me in bringing more abundance or prosperity into my life. May it come in whatever way is the most beneficial for me. Now you have either the stone or the necklace. You could have been doing this with the necklace, charged with that energy, with your intention. When you charge it, always imagine the end result. Imagine how happy will you be when you get that check in the mail, or when you find coupons that you need, or when you find or you receive something. And I mentioned abundance or prosperity because you may receive food, you may receive clothes from somewhere, you may receive other gifts, and that's all a form of abundance. And you need that because if you have that, then you're allowed to use the money you have for something else. So let's say you have it, you did that, you charged it. Then what I would do is I would take a piece of paper, and if I'm not carrying it in my pocket and if I'm not wearing it, if I'm just leaving it at home, I would write down on here on a piece of paper, my intention. Let's see, abundance and or prosperity. And I would put who for? For me. You can put for me. You can put for my family. You can put for the cousins, aunts, whoever doing it if they want to receive the energy and if they're open to it. And then you just take your crystal and put it on there. Now, if you're just doing that, you may also want to put a clear quartz that you did the exact same thing for, because that will amplify the energy of green aventurine. And that would be wonderful. You can carry the clear quartz with you. You can wear this, the clear quartz. If you have a clear quartz necklace with a green aventurine necklace, you could layer the two. You can carry it in your pocket along with this. You know, try different things, but you can carry that energy with you. Or if you can't, for whatever reason, if you're at home right now, you can put both together here. Of course, with the clear quartz, you cleaned it and you did the exact same intention. And there, you did that, and that alone will help. And you're saying, what if I don't have the green aventurine or the clear quartz? Well, then you play one of my prosperity videos, and I'll put linked prosperity videos, alongside the green aventurine and clear quartz videos that I have on YouTube. So you can combine all three videos. You can either make a playlist or open the tabs on your computer or phone and play all three at the same time. And I will also link the ones for the crystals so that you have green aventurine and clear quartz. Okay, now I'm going to just check the phone really quickly just to make sure the chat's okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for all who are answering. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, Dawn, thanks. The second Dawn, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Crazy Cat. Okay, all of you can hear me. Yes, stay while Star Child was Chitty Bang Bang. It's what I associate with my sister-in-law, and I don't know why. I just do associate that with her. Let's see. Thank you for the happy anniversary, Cry for the Moon. Thank you. All right, let's see.
What do you think about citrine for abundance?
Yes, I'm going to go into the other crystals. I just picked green aventurine first. So now I'm going to start. Let's see. Hi, Savita. Thank you. Teal Circle. Hi, you look so much younger. It's just the lighting. Okay. Carrie Lynn, yes, I am going to go into that one now. Next one, we're going to go into citrine. Now, citrine, now you're going to see, and this is going to be a challenge on the screen, but citrine, natural citrine, is very light. You may find it a little darker, but the darker natural citrine is, the closer to that that yellow that we associate with citrine. If it's natural, it's going to cost a lot more. So I just wanted to let you know, because some of you may say, it doesn't look that yellow. Well, citrine, natural citrine, isn't that bright usually. It's just a pale yellow. Now, heat-treated citrine, it's really citrine that's that golden yellow color, and the only thing I have closest to that, let me see, I don't even have one here. That golden yellow color that we associate with citrine is usually heat-treated amethyst. And a lot of you can say, well, does it still work? And yes, it still does work. It is heat-treated amethyst. That means the properties got changed. It will work for abundance. It may work differently. It may have a different frequency for abundance. So you may want to try and use both. I know I use both. I like the feeling of both of them because it really depends on the individual crystal. You may have a natural citrine that doesn't feel good for you, and then you may have a heat-treated citrine that feels great. So you always use the one that feels best for you. Don't, limit yourself. Just because something is heat-treated doesn't mean it isn't good. It just means it advanced much quicker. Excuse me 1 minute, because now my mother is knocking on the door, and my husband has to go for that one. It's been a crazy day so far. Okay. Okay, now, excuse me. Citrine. So let's say you're using citrine, and you're saying, what do I do with citrine? Well, with citrine, you can do just what I mentioned, but now let's try something different with the citrine. And Richard, what I'm going to ask, that's not, is it that citrine? I can't tell. Can you bring, I can't tell from here. That's another natural citrine, but I'll take it. Thank you. Here, oops, sorry. Oh, but I needed this anyway. Okay, here's another natural citrine. As you can tell, this one is a little deeper in yellow, and it's a little bit bigger. And this one is one that I use on my personal grid for the whole family for prosperity. But let's say you have a citrine, and now you're saying, what do I do with it? It's great for prosperity. This one is definitely the key one for prosperity. If you can just do one crystal, citrine would be it. I like to use it in grids. Now, over there, I have this alabaster flower of life grid that you probably won't be able to see on the camera. But as you know, I use the flower of life grid a lot. And I will be on, and if you see my grids, which are located on the YouTube community page, the Facebook page, Instagram, Tumblr, most of them have the flower of life grid because it's the one I like best. You can then clean the crystal just like the other ones I mentioned, moonlight, the salt, the sage, whatever. Hold it and infuse it with your intention. I ask this crystal to aid me with bringing more abundance or prosperity into my life in whatever way is the most beneficial for me. And then you can place it on the flower of life pattern if you want to create a grid. Now, this alone is enough. You don't need the clear quartz. I mean, if you want to, you can do it. But this alone, the flower of life pattern itself has the intention of growth. And if you put a citrine on top of it, you're increasing that. You can find this pattern on Google. If you do a Google search for flower of life, you're going to see the pattern. Then you can print it up. Now, of course, you will find things like this alabaster that has it on it. You will find wood. I know a Radius Treasure, which I work with closely. Deborah is amazing. She has grid patterns on cloth, on black cloth. She has them on wood. I have bought mine from hers because I love the energy in her store, and she does ship. It's aradiustreasure.com, and you can find her under Aradius Treasure on Facebook. And I will, of course, put a link, Aradius Treasure, to her store. If you want to find someone, one, that you can buy crystals from, and two, where you can find grid patterns. The grid patterns may or may not be online, so you may have to call her to find out. So now you've done this and you're set. But what I like to do is take that piece of paper, put the pattern on top of the paper, and then put the crystal. And that's it. And let's see, hold on one second. I see some other stuff. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here again. That is one way that you can do it. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, super chat is when you can give a donation through the actual live stream. If you were to scroll down to the chat, where you can see the chat, all the way on the bottom, there's a money sign, and then you could click on that, and it brings you to a place where you can donate. And thank you, Michael, because he's a fan, follower, and he's very good energetically at prosperity. He is an amazing manifester, to say the least. All right, so we did that. But you're saying, what else can I do? What other crystals? So let's say I like to use garnets. Garnets are some of my favorites for prosperity work. And you're wondering, all right, I know that I can infuse it with Reiki. I can wear it, I can carry it, I can put it on the grid. What else can I do? Well, you can charge water with it. So here is a picture of water. Now, I have charged this water. This water has been charged already with moonlight. It has been charged with Reiki. It has been charged with my intentions. But, hold on one second, make it easier. I could take this necklace. Now, I'm using a necklace. You don't need a necklace. You could use a stone. And I've cleaned it, and I've charged it my intention. I could put it around the water, the pitcher, so that the pitcher is then charged with the energy of the water. How long? I like to leave it as long as possible. Usually I like to leave it for at least a day, but you don't have to. It could be just 10 minutes or so. The longer you leave it, the better it is. If you can place it on there, you don't have to place it in sunlight. The reason I'm saying that, a lot of crystals will then lighten up with sunlight, and you don't want that. You don't want them to fade. So I don't put the crystals in the sunlight, or if I do it for like 5 minutes at most in the sunlight. And if you leave it on like this, it will charge the water with your intention, which is wonderful. So every time you take a sip, you imagine that prosperity just flowing into your life. You just imagine how good you'll feel. Now, if I didn't have a necklace that was like this, let's say I wanted to use a crystal, I could take this one. I could put the crystal right in front of it, right next to the glass. I like it touching the glass. You don't have to have it touching, but you can do that as well. And that will work just as well. And if you want, again, take that paper with your intention, put it on there, and do it with a pitcher of water. Now, I'm saying glass because plastic does not absorb the same as glass. I'll tell you right now, it just doesn't do it. Let's say you don't have a pitcher, just take a regular glass. And you could do the same thing. Now, here's the thing you could do that I don't think a lot of you have realized. And I'm going to ask my husband for help with this one for a minute. Richard, where the chair is with the books on it, underneath is the plastic container with the grid patterns.
Yep.
Can you just give that to me? Thank you.
The whole container?
The whole container. I have a container with grid patterns, and it's missing some because I don't remember where I put the other ones. I put them someplace safe. So, the cost. Oh, no, I did have them here. Okay. These I've gotten from Deborah from Radius Treasure. Here's the Flower of Life pattern. I would put the intention on a piece of paper, the glass with water, and then I would put the crystal right next to it. Now, if I only have one crystal, but let's say I have more than one crystal, what do? You take the pattern, the piece of paper with your intention, the water, and you put crystals around it. Now, I am using, and I'm just putting on there really quickly, I am using tree agate, and I'll go into that in a minute. But you can do a grid on top of the pattern with the glass of water, receiving the energy from the stones. And again, you would leave it for a while. Okay. Let me just put these down. Let me check if there are any questions because I was so busy doing this. Yes, Barbara, you can actually print out the grid pattern. You can also draw it with a CD, but that takes longer. I've done that. And drawing my own is very meditative. I enjoy it. But a lot of times I really like just using this when I'm in a hurry. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Michelle, glad you like the ideas. Oh, thank you, Nell. I appreciate thanks for the happy anniversary. Nina, yes. Nina, it's never too late. There's always going to be a lot being taught. And besides, when I make the live stream, when it goes back on YouTube, you can then catch everything up. So now let's go into some more crystals that can help and some other things. Pyrite. I mentioned this, I think, in the last video I did. Pyrite is wonderful for bringing in energy. Pyrite is called fool's gold because a lot of people thought it was gold when it wasn't. It's a metal. It's heavy. For me, I love the opulence of it. It makes it feel so rich. I will use this in grids. And like everything else, I clean it, I charge it, and then I use it. Please remember, with anything with the water, you always put the crystals and minerals on the outside. You can't put it on the inside. A lot of them can be harmful. So never do that. Now, you're saying, okay, you did that, but what else can I use with it? Well, if you have pyrite, or any other crystal mineral, you can take basil. Take basil leaves and put this on it. Of course, intention first, take your piece of paper, intention, put the basil leaves on it, and then put the pyrite on it that you've charged with your intention. Basil is another one that is great for prosperity. Whenever you're cooking, when you're ripping the leaves off, imagine the prosperity spreading in the food to everyone who eats it. I love using basil for prosperity. We grow basil like crazy here because I'm always using it in salads. I'm using it whatever I'm cooking. And I'm always filling it with intention. So here, what I did was, and what you may not be able to see, these are all basil seeds. I cut the basil seeds from the basil from last year. And now that everything is growing again, I will charge it. So what I will do is I will take this and put crystals around it. I'm holding the citrine, but you can use any of the crystals and minerals around it. You can take it out of the glass and put the crystals around it. That's another way you can do it. You could take the basil, like these are the seeds, and put it on here. Now, if you're using fresh basil, it could stain, so I wouldn't use it on wood. I would use it on a surface that's not going to get damaged. But I would do that, and then I would put the crystals on it. But here's another way you can use it. Okay, and that's going to bring us to the next thing. If you have a small bowl, you can use a bowl like I did. This is a moss agate bowl. Moss agate is another one for growth. So you can combine, let's say, the clear quartz with a moss agate. You could put, if you don't have a real moss agate, you can put the moss agate piece. Let's say this was a rock, a moss agate mineral. You can put this on the paper again with the exact same intentions. Or if you find moss agate bowls, I don't know if Deborah has them. The only other person who may be Derek from The Best Stuff on Earth, and he's on Etsy. There are two of the people. Let's see, that may have it. I love using the bowl. I like to put the intention in the bowl and then the crystals on top. But you can just do that with a regular bowl as well. You can take this and, so let me see, I'm going to make a mess, so excuse me 1 second. The bowl, the intention, and the crystals on top, if you're like I do, and crystals may have a tendency to disappear sometimes. Or if you have pets that like to play with crystals because they like the energy, please be aware that this is another way of doing it. And you could place it higher up, especially if you have little kids or anyone else. You could do that. I didn't mention some other crystals that may help you with prosperity. Ruby. Now, most people think of ruby as heart chakra. I use it as a base chakra crystal. And what I like about ruby, it has passion energy. It has a strength and a power. This is a great one to combine with citrine or aventurine or garnet to help with prosperity. It was one of the crystals known for kings and queens. To me, it always reminds me of that. So I like to combine ruby with the other ones. You know, you need to experiment because not everybody will find the same ones work for everyone. If you don't have basil, and I don't have it here, cinnamon is wonderful for prosperity. I'm running out of cinnamon, but I have pumpkin spice blend that has it. The spices in pumpkin spice blend are wonderful for prosperity. So if you're using it in your food, I like to put it in my tea. Before you put it in your tea, charge it with your intention. And every time you take a sip of the tea or of the coffee, or if you're eating cookies or oatmeal, wherever you put it in, imagine it bringing prosperity in. So this is another one that's great. Plus, you can charge it. This is in a glass bottle. You can take your clear quartz. You can take your green aventurine, wrap it around it or put it around it, and it will charge it with the energy, which is great. It's such an easy way of getting energy in without us having to do a lot. I'm just going to check the chat really quickly, and then I'll go into this again. Yes, that's Saturdays. It's just another day, but it's a fun day because I'm doing a live stream. Perfect home. Well, for the perfect home, I would ask really for two things. I would use a clear quartz, first of all, that I can set the intention. Clear quartz you can use for any intention at all. So let's say you don't have a lot of crystals. I would use clear quartz. I would use a rose quartz because you want love in your life. And I would use something for balance, like Dalmatian jasper or rhodonite. I like rhodonite really for that because you want the grounding energy and you want the balancing energy. So those are ones I would personally use. You know, everybody's different, but that would be my choice. All right, let's see. Hold on one second. I just want to see if I didn't miss anything. Thanks, Healing Mermaid. A money tree. Yes, a money tree is great. All right, now. Thank you, Carmen. I'm doing well. What other crystals can you use? Well, fuchsite. Fuchsite and green jasper. Fuchsite has a lot of gold in it. So when you see gold in it, that also aids with the prosperity. Fuchsite is another one you could use. It looks like green aventurine, but for me, it's a deeper color and has more gold in it. Use it the exact same way. Of course, a lot of ladies I know put these in their bras. My challenge with it is that they have a tendency of falling out. But if you can put it in your bra and it won't bother you, that's great. You put it in your pocket. Some people put them in their shoes. I would have a hard time with it. You carry it in your pocketbook. You can also put all of these crystals or any of these crystals and minerals in the prosperity corner of your house according to Black Hat Feng Shui. Black Hat Feng Shui isn't so much about distance, but it's about the layout. And for that, it's the farthest left-hand corner from the door that you use to come into your house. So for me, it's the back room on the left side. That's the farthest left-hand corner. So whatever is the farthest left-hand corner, that's your prosperity corner. Put things in there that have water, because water is flowing and you want a prosperity flow into your life. Put things that are green in there because you want prosperity to grow like plants. And if you don't have anything with water or a plant, put pictures in there. That'll work just as well. Now, when I was talking about prosperity, two other things that I should mention, or three. Jade. Jade love it for prosperity and luck. I use it for both simultaneously. You would do everything I mentioned with it. You could put it with your basil. You can put it with your cinnamon to charge your cinnamon. You can charge candles, and I didn't mention that. And that's really important. That's one I do the most with my grids. I light candles. I place them on a heat-proof surface. I'm using this, but I don't use wood. I use something else. And then I place the crystals around it. I have placed jade crystals around the candle. The jade will charge the candle, and you will also have created a grid. Now, let's say you don't have the grid and you just have the candle. Oops, sorry about that. You can, of course, hold the candle as usual. I'm going to ask that you imagine white light going into the candle and clean it. Candles can pick up energy just like everything else. So you want to clean it. So you clean it, imagine white light going into it, cleaning anything negative. And do that for like a minute or so. After that, you may want to wash your hands because the candle's not clean. You don't want that gunk on your hands. So wash your hands with cold water. Then you charge your intention on the candle. Now with the candle, I would put the paper underneath the heat-proof surface. So for example, I would use this, the heat-proof surface, and then I would put the candle on it. And then I would put crystals around it. If you don't have the crystals, not a problem. You know, you can use the videos, or you can just leave it like this and you will still get the energy. So candles are a great thing to do. Green is the best color. This is the color I use for the candles. I'll use red at times too, depending on what energy I'm trying to bring in. But you can use the green, the red. White is always excellent. So you can do it white. Now, scents. Scents like evergreen scents. You know, pine, mint, they're not evergreen, but anything like that that grows in nature can assist with that. I happen to like rosemary. But you can get rosemary, you can basil, cinnamon, anything like that will also help. So if you get a candle, one of those scents, that's already helping. But if you don't have those scents, you can use real basil, real cinnamon, and put it around the candle just as well. Some of you may like to work with candles that are not in glass already. You may want to try, carving symbols, like the money symbol on the candle. That's another way to use it. A lot of people use hematite with citrine, with aventurine, with any of the ones I have mentioned. The reason why you use hematite is because hematite grounds, and you want that energy to come in from the earth. Earth energy is prosperity energy. So you want to bring in as much as possible from it. Peridot. Peridot is like spring. It brings in that spring energy, brand new energy. You can use that for prosperity work as well. You can use it with the green aventurine if you want. You can use it with the garnet. Try combining them. Don't always just stick to one, because you may find that a combination of them may work better for you. For some of you, maybe just one is enough, and that's fine. Work to see what helps. One of the last ones that helps is rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz, because of the gold rutile, will also bring in prosperity energy. Use that to accompany the other crystals. Now, I had mentioned moss agate, and then there's tree agate. Tree agate is the white agate that has the green tree pattern in it. There's a difference between tree agate and moss agate. Moss agate is more clear. There's clear, there's green, there's blue, and there's white. Tree agate is just gonna be white and green. So here's, tree agate. I know we have a big piece of it somewhere. I think it's on a grid.
Could be.
We have a big piece, hold on one second, let me just look, of tree agate in the house, and I have a feeling it's on a grid somewhere in the house, because it's one of my favorites we found when we were mining. But in any case, you can use that too. So you have a lot of crystals you can use. You can use tree agate, you can use moss agate, you could use green aventurine, you can use fuchsite, you can even use green jasper. You can use jade, citrine, rutilated quartz, lemon quartz, let's see. Those are a few right off the red ones. Garnet and ruby. All of those can help you. Experiment with them. You really won't know until you try. So if you don't have these crystals, use my Reiki videos. And while you're creating or playing or having fun with the crystals, use the videos as well, because that will amplify or increase the energy going to your intention.
2 birthdays today, just so you know.
Oh, 2 birthdays. Hold on.
Lester
Lester?
and Katarina.
Lester and Katarina, happy birthday to you. There's someone else. She's a student, Ritika. I know that you have a birthday too, so happy birthday to all of you. Let's see. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, it's been crazy, hasn't it? And I do list the videos. The crystals are listed in the Crystals for Prosperity video that I have, that I will be linking so that you will get them. And that video goes more into it. And if not, you can always, of course, rewatch this video to get the information. Crystals for Prosperity.
And someone's asking about close-ups on the crystals. I don't know if we can do...
I can't do close-ups from here because it's the phone. It's not the computer that's doing the live stream.
We'll take pictures.
But as usual, I have the crystals of the pictures in the videos that I will link the entire crystals with the energy, it was Reiki with the Energy of Crystals playlist. And those have close-up of the crystals. If you go to my YouTube community page, when I make these grids, I list the crystals and there's a closer-up picture of them. I list the crystal and what they do. And of course, those pictures show up on Facebook, Instagram. They're showing up now on Tumblr as well as community page. And this is one thing people have asked me, where can I go to get all of your posts? All of my posts are always on the YouTube community page, which is where I will post the latest updates. Before I post them on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, anywhere else, it's going to be on the YouTube community page. So please go there first for them. Now, hold on one sec. Oops, I've got dirt on there. I just want to make sure there's some other things I needed to talk about, and I want to make sure I get to them. Okay.
A couple minutes left. It's 10 minutes to 1.
Oh, it's 10 minutes to 1, so I know Richard's telling me, hurry up. The free Reiki. Free Reiki is tomorrow. For anyone who hasn't signed up, please go to my newsletter, which is on my website, reikifromlourdes.com. And if you go into, let me just get the website and I will tell you exactly where. Okay, if you go to resources, click on the drop-down menu, you will find, let's see, the last one is newsletter archive. Go in there and it will tell you where to sign up. Because I only have one email for signing up. The reason I have one email is that I get so many emails. I have a couple different accounts. If it goes to a different account, I have to ignore it because I will not remember to go back to that account to take that name to send Reiki to. So that is the only email. And that email is only for the Reiki sign up. The reason for that is once I use that email for Reiki sign up, everything gets deleted. And then the next month when I start it, I delete anything that has come in before I send the newsletter. So please note that's only for that. If you really need to reach out to me, the contact page on my website is the best way to reach me. That is always it. So that newsletter sign up, don't use it for anything but signing up for the newsletter. The Reiki Sunday special, the May Reiki Sunday special is now available till next Sunday. That one you can share with someone else if you purchase it. And that one is available on my website as well. So please check that one out. And if you have any questions, of course, please ask. And last thing about crystals. Once you use the crystals, please clean them afterwards. Let's say you've used them for a week. I would recharge them. I would recharge the intention. I would clean them again and charge them. The reason why is if you're in a house, and right now all of us are in our homes, and the energy can be stifling or there may be more irritation, more frustration, that energy in the house will affect the crystals. So clean them. You can clean them with moonlight. You can clean them by placing them on salt. Throw the salt away after you use it. You can use the sage to clean it. You can use Palo Santo. You can use incense if it's sandalwood to clean them. You can use cool water. I don't like to use water as much because water can damage some things like selenite and black tourmaline and kyanite. I don't put them out in sunlight because sunlight can damage them by fading them. So moonlight's always my preference. Love moonlight. Just do that with them. But if you can't, then use one of the other methods. Do it once a week. Now, the days for prosperity are Thursday, which is definitely prosperity, and Sunday for success. So if you're doing of any of this energy work, tomorrow will be a great day to do it. The number 8, days with the number 8. 8 is the infinity symbol. That's another way to bring prosperity energy in. You can use the money sign for whatever it is in your country for the currency. Use that symbol. You can carve it into candles. You can put it on the paper that has your intention. On the back of the paper, put in, for us it would be the money sign. It could be any symbol that represents money to you. You can do that as well. There's a lot of things we can do to bring prosperity in. Don't limit yourself. Try as many as possible. Try them together or try them separately. And I just wanted to check the live stream one more minute. Let's see. Thanks, Barbara, for the virtual birthday cake for everyone who's celebrating today. You're welcome, Kata. Hi, Lilith. Oh, I'm glad I've been able to help. Let's see. Okay, someone who has COVID-19, I was asked, what can you do? Well, for anyone who has it, if they're open to receiving Reiki, play the Reiki playlist for them that has the what is it? Reiki for, hold on one second. Let me find my YouTube channel. Give me 1 minute. Hold on one second. I will get that playlist. It's, I think, Reiki for coronavirus, but I just want to make sure that that's the title. Hold on. It's an entire playlist of every video I have made to help with that issue. Okay. Reiki videos to help with the coronavirus energy. It's one of the top videos I have on my YouTube homepage. Play that for them if they're open to receive it. I would use a piece of paper, put a clear quartz, put their name on it, have the clear quartz for the program to send the energy of the Reiki videos to them. And that was definitely what I would do for all of them. Let me just see. Any last questions? Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. And let's see. Thanks, Teal Circle. Yes, I have a COVID-19 playlist because there's so many people who need that. And just to let you know, a lot of the Reiki practitioners I work with have joined me in sending Reiki to this intention. And they are a powerful group. If there's ever a powerful group, this is it. And I firmly believe that's why it's improving in a lot of areas. Because that and all the other healers and energy workers who are working towards its goal. Okay, Barbara, the mass exodus of souls. I'll make this a quick thing, but it's going to be in the other chat that I am doing after this one. The chat I'm doing for the Reiki practitioners. Right now, there is a mass exodus of souls. It is affecting people. Most of us are feeling the energy in some way. It just feels like this sadness all around us, not just because of the COVID-19, because this group of souls is leaving. For anyone sensitive, we're feeling the sadness of the people around us who are experiencing that, and yet that energy of this mass exodus will eventually feel better to us because these souls have already planned to leave at this time. They want to leave. They want to help us grow in one way, shape, or form, and this is the way they're doing it. For some of us, that means we're not sleeping well because we're sensing it. For some of us, we may be eating more because we need to ground. Some of us may be eating out of frustration, but a lot of us are eating more to ground. You may be waking up at night because you're sensing the energy. So please be aware that you are going to feel this energy a lot. Thank you very much to everyone. Yes, Lilith, it is heavy. Yeah, and you've been feeling it. Let's see, Zelma, I didn't see the whole thing, but okay, there are a lot of who are not leaving, which is wonderful, which we're very grateful for too. Teal Circle, you're welcome. Thank you everyone for coming over. I will make this public. I will add links to all the things I mentioned, probably by Monday morning because I will need to take a break in between all the live streams I'm doing and the classes I'm working on. Thanks again. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy birthday again to all the birthday people. Hope you're enjoying yourselves and looking forward to the next set of videos. Bye-bye.